in work that could turn cell phones into sensors capable of detecting viruses and other minuscule objects. MIT researchers have built a powerful nanoscale flashlight on a chip. Their approach could also be used to create a variety of other nano flashlights with different beam characteristics for different applications. Scientists have long used light to identify a material by observing how that light interacts with the material. They do so by essentially shining a beam of light on the material, then analyzing that light after it passes through the material. Because all materials interact with light differently, an analysis of the light that passes through the material provides a kind of fingerprint for that material. Imagine doing this for several colors, that is, several wavelengths of light, and capturing the interaction of light with the material for each color. That would lead to a fingerprint that is even more detailed. Most instruments for doing this, known as spectrometers, are relatively large. Making them much smaller would have a number of advantages. For example, they could be portable and have additional applications. Imagine a futuristic cell phone loaded with a self-contained sensor for a specific gas. However, while researchers have made great strides towards miniaturizing the sensor for detecting and analyzing the light that has passed through a given material, a miniaturized and appropriately shaped light beam or flashlight remains a challenge. Today, that light beam is most often provided by macro-scale equipment like a laser system that is not built into the chip itself as the sensors are. In two recent papers in the journal Nature Scientific Reports, the MIT team describes not only their approach for designing on-chip flashlights with a variety of beam characteristics, they also report building and successfully testing a prototype. Importantly, they created the device using existing fabrication technologies familiar to the microelectronics industry. So they are confident that the approach could be deployable at a mass scale with a lower cost. Overall, this could enable industry to create a complete sensor on a chip with both light source and detector. As a result, the work represents a significant advance in the use of silicon photonics for the manipulation of light waves on microchips for sensor applications. Silicon photonics has so much potential to improve and miniaturize the existing bench-scale biosensing schemes. The researchers created their overall design using multiple computer modeling tools. These included conventional approaches based on the physics involved in the propagation and manipulation of light, and more cutting-edge machine learning techniques in which the computer is taught to predict potential solutions using huge amounts of data. All of these modeling tools have advantages and disadvantages. Together, they resulted in a final, optimal design that can be adapted to create flashlights with different kinds of light beams. The researchers went on to use that design to create a specific flashlight with a collimated beam, or one in which the rays of the light are perfectly parallel to each other. Collimated beams are key to some types of sensors. The overall flashlight that the researchers made involved some 500 rectangular nanoscale structures of different dimensions that the team's modeling predicted would enable a collimated beam. Nanostructures of different dimensions would lead to different kinds of beams that in turn are key to other applications. The tiny flashlight with a collimated beam worked. Not only that, it provided a beam that was 5 times more powerful than is possible with conventional structures.